Welcome to Studio Chatter. We've made it into the new year. Right? And we have a familiar face at the table here with us. Thank you, Megan, for filling in as a guest host.
Well, thank you for having me. I'm honored.
Welcome.
So excited to be here.
Well,
do you know what happened to our last guest that filled in? She became
full time.
That's what happened to me then, Angela Euler, so watch out.
We also heard that you might be bribed.
I can always be bribed.
Pete
Anything
said that
with peanut butter is absolutely my go-to. Peanut butter and Monsters, which I hate with the new year and resolutions.
You work at a hospital
to admit,
and you drink Monster?
I live up, yes.
Yes,
So,
what is your favorite?
probably the peach.
Okay.
But there's a theory behind it. If I have a Monster, then I have to fill it with water, and then I can have another Monster as long as I back it with water.
Kid, I love you.
Yes.
I do that. I drink a bottle of water, then I can have a Diet Coke or more.
It's the reward.
It is. But I love these two.
Oh, yes.
Peanut butter M&Ms.
So these are always at your desk?
No, because that would be very
unhealthy.
That would be unhealthy.
It's in the bottom drawer.
Yes, I hide them, and yes,
stash them.
And
I'm just giving you a hard time.
I might have them hidden somewhere in my pantry at home, because then if the boys find them, then they're gone.
Now
they
outed.
are.
But
now
yes,
they know.
now I am outed. But then they also know that they'll come out and they'll be smelling my breath, Mom, what are you eating? Where's the peanut butter? So
see, now I'm an empty nester. Everything kind of goes bad until the grandkids come, and then they'll be like, Gigi, your Oreos are all. And I was like, oh my gosh. So now
they're stale.
Once a month, I just have to buy milk, chocolate milk, and Oreos just in case they come over.
Yes.
Right?
Okay.
Yeah.
So I never knew this, but
Yeah.
apparently this is a thing.
Okay.
I freeze my milk now.
I didn't know you could do that.
I didn't know you could do that.
Okay,
either.
I didn't know that you could do that. So I've started buying in bulk at Costco. I'll get 2 gallons of milk. Otherwise, it will go bad. But
will.
I just freeze the second gallon, and I freeze the second loaf of bread.
Okay.
So it's been working quite well.
I've done bread, but I don't think I've ever done milk.
No, I
Does it
haven't
come
either.
thaw out normal, or is it watery?
It is a little bit watery.
Okay.
You have to shake it a bit, but and it seems to last longer.
Yeah.
So I guess you can store it up to 6 months. I never knew that. You can also freeze avocados. So I'm learning all the things that I just would
Because Natasha
constantly-
can't drive now, so now she's learned all the tips.
It's true, right? Yeah.
Can't
So
just go to the store like that.
Right. So everything is Instacart. So I have to make things last longer. But
Starting new year, I've just been trying to do better anyway, be more intentional about what we're buying, what we're eating, and that's tricky.
Well,
I have to actually make a menu.
groceries are very expensive right now too.
Yeah.
So I know there has been an egg shortage, so you have to buy your eggs. A little earlier. I think 18 a carton of eggs was $7 the other day.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
I wasn't
If you're
even paying attention. Yeah, I was wasn't even paying attention.
Right.
You don't until
No.
it gets that price,
Yes.
and then all of a sudden you're like, "Geez, was that a thing before?"
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Kinda crazy.
It's New Year, New Year's resolutions, and
Do you have
statistically, I think most people lose their New Year's resolutions by 2 to 3 weeks
That's what they
into
say,
January,
right?
is what they say, and so, I think it's kind of the same ones every year, to drink more water, less Monsters, but to just be healthier and live healthier and make more time for family, and we get so wrapped up, I think, in just the day-to-day and everything that's going on. How do you center and just focus
It's hard,
on what's
right?
important? It's so hard.
We
Try and
had
wake up even earlier to get those things in, right?
No, we had all my kids over for New Year's, and I do something different every year. But 4 years ago, we did a poster board, and everyone drew out their goals or whatever. And then this year, I had them split it in half and what's one hard thing or great thing that you did last year, and then what do you want to do this year?
Oh, I love that.
We ended up spending with the little kids too an hour and a half.
Oh my
And
gosh.
then everyone shared, and I don't know, maybe vocalizing it and sharing it with the people that love you, it really set different with all of us.
Yeah,
It's
like a
almost
vision board almost.
It was a vision board.
But I love how you took what you accomplished in 24 to be I did something. It was a good year, you know, and then
Even if it wasn't everything, there's something, right?
Something to be rewarded and to look back on and be excited about, and then how you move into 25
Totally.
and some of your goals. That's a great idea.
Because I feel like sometimes we say, I'm not going to drink Diet Coke, and then we lose that battle. But I think it's good to reflect back and like, okay, but what did I do, right? Was there anything good that I
Yes.
did do?
Well, you're very good at that though, because when you did your picture, what was it, a photo a day?
Photo a day.
Like Pete, right?
Yes.
And you were very intentional, and you did
Yes,
it.
I
Like
did it.
you did it. Why did you not do it again?
I think it's because once I commit to something like that, and I know others are like counting on it, I have to follow through. And so
Okay.
it has to be a place in my life where I'm like, okay, I can give that to that.
I love
and
that.
this year I'm choosing other goals. So
Okay.
yeah, I'm going to
Probably-
try and be as intentional, but yes.
Probably not Diet Coke.
Not today.
Oh, it's Pete's 8th year doing this.
8th year?
Kudos
Oh
to
my
you,
God.
Pete.
How many years have you been here, Natasha?
100, like a lot. I've been here like a long time. Like, gosh, maybe 18 years, something. A
8
long
years
time.
is everything. Mm-hmm. That's amazing.
8 years of photo a day.
Oh,
Right.
8 years of photo a day,
Yes,
not here.
not here, yeah.
I did it only 2 years, and I'm telling you, that takes
hard.
commitment.
That's hard.
It truly does.
Yeah.
Like every day. And I think it was more the verbalizing
Yes.
that kind of caught me.
Okay. Well, when Stacy has been here, we've always maybe chosen a word for the year.
Oh.
Do you have a word maybe that you would add?
I think for me is simplify. Just in everything that I do, like just my background and being a nurse and being in healthcare, I'm very type A. And so when I do something, it is 110%. I commit, I'm like you, like accountable. If people know, then I have got to follow through. But sometimes it can be exhausting. And there are days that I go home and I am just like, I'm done. I'm mentally, emotionally, physically exhausted. And so really looking at how do I simplify life and work and everything, the day-to-day and everything that I do to make more time for the things that I love and my family.
Yep.
I do too.
Okay.
I love that.
Well,
You have
we'll
to
add yours to the list.
Love it.
And we have some helpers that will be here during the show.
see what else.
We have some wonderful guests to talk with. Let's get the chatter started. Jewelry that has personality is big and favorite these days, and all of our next guests really know about personality. Welcome Ashley Nilsson and Lou Nilsson from Cheeky Charms to the table. Welcome, ladies.
Hi, girls. Okay, we just made the connection that when I did the boutique, these were the people that were right behind me.
Perfect.
And they were darling. We had set up like a backdrop, and she's like, "Could we use your backdrop?"
Yep, we
He's
just
like,
clipped
"As long
our
as it
stuff
doesn't
to
fall
it."
down, we'll have it come apart." And it didn't.
Yep, it worked out.
Yep. So
let's-
tell us about what you guys do.
So we're sisters, obviously. We started Cheeky Charms in August, just for fun.
Oh, wow.
We just decided, we want to make charm necklaces just at home.
Okay.
But we found out you have to buy everything in bulk. So we purchased everything in bulk and we're like, now what are we going to do with all this product? So we decided to just start selling them for fun with our friends and other people. We started like hosting parties and we realized, oh wow, this is actually working out really awesome. So we both work full time and we just do it at night. After
Your
work.
second gig.
Yep, exactly.
Part time.
Yep.
Okay, so sisters, are you both graduated?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
And you have careers, both
Yep.
of you have other jobs?
Yep. I work as a nurse and
Awesome.
I'm a financial consultant.
yep.
Oh my goodness. Wow.
Yeah.
So this is your creativity
Yes,
side
exactly.
of your brain, right? To decompress.
Exactly. Yes.
That's what me and my sister do too. That's awesome.
Fun, yeah.
Okay, so you had to buy it in bulk. What made you go from like just for us, like let's do it for other people? Did someone say, hey, I want
Yeah. We had a friend that was like, let's do a party where we just invite a bunch of people, and so then that first party took off and did awesome, and then we got invited to some craft fairs, and so we're like, sure, why not? So
And like every time we'd wear like a bracelet or a necklace, everybody was like, oh my gosh, I love that. Like, where'd you
Yeah.
get it? And I'd be like, I made it myself.
Wow.
You're like good on it. So
Yeah. So what is more popular, like the parties where you build your own or a custom, where somebody just orders?
Kind of both.
Both?
It's a
Okay.
little bit of both, yeah. The parties are really popular. People love to book those. They're our favorite thing to do. We love parties.
Okay.
And then we do have a website that's not currently up and running right now, but people place.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
I was hoping we would see
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, people can place orders on our Instagram account, which they do.
Okay.
So
and you can show us some of your things.
So did you just start out with necklaces or bracelets or the
necklaces,
earrings, and then you kind of
bracelets,
added
and
to
earrings
it?
all at the
Yes.
same time. So
Yeah.
here's an example. These are all the chain options that we offer. We're both kind of gold girlies, so we wear gold a
I'm
lot.
obsessed
But,
with gold right now, right?
and but we do offer lots of silver. So I know that people say, yeah,
Okay, which I like. Okay, because silver is kind of making a little bit
It
of a
is.
comeback.
It is.
I am wearing both. I'm trying to integrate both.
That's
Yeah,
what
I
I'm doing.
I think that's what everybody's doing is a little bit of
Yeah.
both.
Yep.
I love to mix metals, and it's fun to mix even like within one necklace itself. Like I have one where I have like a silver heart with like a gold bow overlapping it. So it's fun. You get to be really creative.
I love the pearl though. That is so
that's
cute.
Right? I
yeah,
haven't seen that
that's
before.
our favorite chain is
Yes.
the pearl one.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Okay, I've got to look at these. Oh, and these are fun. Just this big, bright one.
That one is my favorite for the summer.
I was going to say this would go wild.
Yes.
Just like all the kids. Yep.
So
That was
who's your
just
biggest
fun, though.
customer? Like the teenage girls? Is it the moms? Is
Absolutely.
it
Teenage
girls? Okay. Yeah, of course.
This would be a great birthday party, like for
Yes.
Barrett,
Yes.
right?
We've done a couple birthday parties. We love when we go to events and there's tons of young girls there. We're like, yes, this is our population.
Yeah.
So
Because we too love them. I mean, I have a
Yes.
couple of
Yeah.
charm necklaces, and I do. It's not a day-to-day staple for some pieces of it, like in my workplace, but definitely, like I love to wear it when I go out or just a
For
day
sure.
off or whatnot.
Yeah.
But also, depending on how you do them, they're a day-to-day.
totally.
Yeah, like I have a couple that are definitely more bold and fun and like not every outfit. And then I'm
Right.
like, I want to make some that I can wear just like every day.
Totally.
So you can do both.
But I've
and it's
seen
fun.
yours, and that is just beautiful. That is
Those
so
are very, very popular. Is it the
Yeah.
most popular
For
charm
sure.
right now?
Yeah.
Yeah, we have like a bunch of different kind of bows, and everybody
Okay.
usually puts at least one bow on their necklace.
Okay.
So how many different charms do you have at any given time?
Probably in bulk, at least over 50
Yeah.
different charms. And then we have multiple trays that are kind of just, you can dig through and they're just random. So
Yeah.
we have hundreds of different charms.
Yeah.
So people
Yeah.
get creative, and that's the funnest thing about it is,
And you can meet anybody's interests, right?
Totally. Yeah.
Everybody's gonna find one to connect to.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like even like with my own like personal style, I'll make a necklace and I'll be like, I like this, and then somebody will make something like completely different from my style, and I'm like, wait, I love that too.
cute.
Like, it's just so fun.
Yeah,
It's
just
creative, which
Yeah.
is kind of expressive, right? It expresses yourself. We've had someone, like my daughter-in-law gave me one, and it had Diet Coke, and I always do, I love you.
Yes.
And she had found that
Oh, that's
sign,
so
and
cute.
it just meant so much to me.
Yeah.
She's like, you don't have to wear it. And I was like, no, this
Yep.
is like so sentimental to me.
Yep.
I was like, you caught me, right? It just, it
Yeah,
was me.
and it's like the perfect gift because like you can make something for somebody and be like, I thought of you with this charm. So
Yeah, totally. And like a talking point with people. So many people are like, what's on there? And then I was
Yeah.
like, and they're like, oh, that's you. You do that all the time, right?
yeah, it's fun.
Okay, so about how much are the price points are we looking at?
So
for
each
them?
of our charms are $3, and then you can choose. All of these are the same price. If you do a necklace, they're $15, and then if you do a bracelet, they're $10. So, and then you just add the $3 per charm. So
That is really
very affordable. That was one of our biggest goals because we've each gone to charm parties before, and you can spend like $80 to $100 on one necklace.
Right.
And our big thing is we're like, I don't know that that's what we want to do. We want to make them more affordable. So
Right.
yeah,
Because
they're
sometimes it
priced
can be,
very
I'm
well.
not saying that they're trendy, but trends come and go.
Yes,
and
exactly.
so maximize it. Let them be able to get like 4
Yeah.
or 5
Yep.
of them that they can just wear and
Yeah.
have fun with. Yeah, I love it.
Are they interchangeable? Like, or
No, we place them and then they're on there. So.
yeah, but they can
Yep.
kind of pick a few and then come back and add,
Yep, exactly.
and
we have people do that all the time.
yeah. Yeah, and it's kind of fun then too because it's like, oh, you know what? I'm going to start a new one. I've
Yeah.
got new ideas, and maybe this time I want to do a silver and kind of add to it. So that's
Yeah.
a lot of fun.
Well, if you're hosting the parties, then you had to buy tools also, right? So
Yes.
did you
Yes.
have to learn how to make the jewelry first? Like, I mean,
We-
self-taught?
We pretty much just taught ourselves. At
Okay.
first, we weren't that good at it. We like fumbled.
I'm asking because that would be my fear. I'd be like, oh, I messed it up.
I'm gonna try and jimmy this on again.
Yeah. So like at first, when like even just like we make the necklaces on like stuff like this, and we didn't even have like these when we were starting. So we were just trying to like make them on
They're,
a
like,
table.
on a table.
And we're like trying to put it together. And we're like, this is so hard. But
Okay.
over
And they're
time,
sliding around.
Now we have all the
we have all the
things,
tools, everything we need,
supplies.
and we got
Okay.
a lot faster at it and a lot better. So.
Okay, so if you're in finance, then you had to like invest in the tools and make sure that it was all
Exactly.
making sense. I love it. Okay,
Yeah.
and then even your display stuff. So what else do you have coming up? Maybe in the spring. What other shows can we find you?
So we have some Valentine shows.
Oh, okay.
Nothing planned local right now. We
Okay.
are at a market in Pleasant Grove is our next one.
Okay.
And then mostly right now we just have private parties planned. So
Okay.
we do plan to apply to other markets. So in
Okay.
the summer, I think locally you'll be able
Sure.
to find us at quite a few.
Maybe Fiesta Days, guys.
Yep.
You can
Yeah.
4th of July ones.
That would be fun.
So I
And-
see
and
a lot
cowboy
of
stuff.
hearts, a lot of cupids,
Yes.
a lot of bows, lips, red, pinks, all the things.
Yep.
So that would be super fun. I love
I'm
that.
seeing like going to the high schools, like to do Spanish fort charms or
yeah.
Maple Mountain charms,
Yes.
something like
we
that.
did that at a high school. We went to Pleasant Grove High School.
Did
and it was
you?
fun. Yeah.
I would think that would be awesome.
Yeah.
Well, I'm even
See, I
looking
wanna
at
be your
the-
marketing agent.
Yes, I'm looking at the green here in the middle because my little guy plays for the Celtic soccer club.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh, I love that. So
Yeah.
where's
Yeah.
like the little four-leaf clover and the heart?
I know,
Yes.
and I love that one too, but I wanted to look at this. Oh, whoopsie.
Yes, and like the cowboy boot and
Yes, this is what happens because we love to shop also. So let's tell everybody where they can actually find you to purchase.
Yeah, so our main
book.
place to purchase is Instagram. We have a little
Okay.
shop bubble, and our Instagram handle is Cheeky Charms with 2 Y's. So,
Okay, love that.
Yeah.
I love it. It's darling, guys. Way to go. I feel like people can have the idea, but you guys have really just brought it home.
Yeah. It's
And
been
simplified.
really fun.
And simplified.
Simplify and super ambitious because you're working all day and making jewelry at night, right?
Yes.
All right. Well, thanks
Keeps
for
us
being
busy.
here.
Of
Love it.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
We love to have our next guest join us. She has been very active in bringing new high-tech healthcare solutions to our area, and with a new location, she has plenty to talk about. Welcome, Tangi Perry from Ivy Restoration Care to the table.
Thank you. So fun to see you. Yeah.
You just gave us a gift of Christmas right here.
I know, right?
we're like, oh, I want this and I want this.
Yeah,
and I want
uh-huh. So
Yes.
many good things.
Lots of new things.
So tell us a little bit about Ivy's, what you guys do, and how you're connected with it.
So I was a hospice nurse for 14 years, and one of the things that I noticed is there's a lot of things that are no longer covered by insurance that are pretty important, especially to the elderly people. And so I went into business originally as a continence nurse, so for bladder leaks for both men and women as far as intimacy goes. And in doing that, I just kept hearing more and more issues and things that people would like more holistic or functional wellness. And so when I came, I guess, a year ago, I only had like one machine. I was just doing the Emsella chair for the intimacy and bladder leaks. And then just in this last year, I've just obviously got a whole bunch more, functional wellness
You've grown a lot.
stuff. I've grown a lot, yes, in the
So
last year.
you moved from your Main Street location.
Yes, I was renting just a
Was
few
it
rooms.
in the basement or something, or just in the back?
Yeah, so it was just in, it's the old Coop building,
Yes.
or co-op building, I guess.
Yes.
I say Coop, but it's co-op. And I just had 3 rooms downstairs, but it kind of seemed like, I don't know, Main Street's great, but it's like when you're on Main Street, you're like trying not to hit the next car. So I didn't feel like, I didn't feel like anyone really knew that we were there, and I couldn't really advertise there because it wasn't my location. So I have always, for years, actually looked at the Maple Creek Hospice building, and I always would say to myself, if I went into business for myself, this is the building I want, and it just kind of fell in my lap. So
Wow.
we moved and redid it, and yeah,
It was meant to be.
It was meant to be. So I have some space also for any other medical people who are possibly looking just for a little space to do some medical work on. So right now we actually have Golden Oaks is with us just for a few months until their building is available. So they moved in with us. So.
Well, your business has expanded in many ways. So I know my family has visited on occasion. So I tried the chair. Loved the chair. So Barrett has had her IV to boost her immunity kind of during down season. There's been some things to like help us with our, bodies and sculpting and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
But you've expanded a little bit more into hair removal. So tell us all about the new services. I think when we were leaving the last time, you had the red light therapy.
Yes. So I just got the red light therapy, and I'm actually the only one in Utah that I know has this particular booth. It's called the Vitality booth.
Okay.
It was actually made after a study that NASA did upon how light reflects on different objects on the earth, or how light. And so this booth actually does what's called halo therapy with red light therapy, and it has 3 different lights, and the main one is the near infrared, which gets down deep into your tissues and stimulates your own stem cells to heal. So part of my education was being a wound, ostomy, and continence nurse, and so I also got that for wound healing. I have some amazing pictures of people who just had surgery and they come in because they're in so much pain, they're swollen, and they'll get in my red light and their leg is just huge, and they come out 20 minutes later, it's completely normal. Like all the swelling has gone down. So it really helps immensely with moving fluid from those areas. Also very good in healing wounds from surgery. You heal a lot faster. One of my girls that I've known for a long time, she came in, she just had to have some surgery done. She was taking pain pills every 3 hours. After one treatment in my red light, she was able to extend it to every 6. And her pain had decreased significantly. So,
are you sitting? Are you lying down?
It's actually a 2-person. I bought a 2-person because I thought, husbands and wives may want to come, or you may want to just lay out or do yoga in it, whatever. So it's a 2-person, so you can have 2. There's seats. Sometimes you can take the seats out. Some people really do sit on the ground and do yoga or whatever in there, and some people just stand against the light. The cool thing is when you do red light, it's supposed to come at you at an angle, and since this has the salt, it's medical grade salt that grinds, and so it picks up the red light, so you're just encompassed in the red light. So it's helped significantly with, have lots of people using it for neuropathy. I had a Parkinson's patient, psoriasis, amazing for skin issues, acne, anything like that. It really clears it up really fast.
Oh my goodness. I'm really
New year, new
interested
goals.
in that.
Let's talk weight loss injections.
Yes.
Okay.
I probably look different if you guys look back at the other time that I've been here.
Yes.
So
I'm wearing the right color.
Yeah, well, thank you. So I've lost 84 pounds, and I did that using tirzepatide. So we do offer semaglutide and tirzepatide. I am actually a legit script certified clinic, which won't mean a lot to anybody else, but if you look it up, you'll really be surprised that I did that as such a small clinic. It's really expensive to get and very, very time consuming. But I want people to know that I'm only using the best of the best pharmacies, and that I was rigorously looked at by the FDA and everything else to be able to offer these medications. So I really do focus on health. It's not just about losing weight, it's health. We now offer a 3D body scan for anybody who does our weight loss. We want to make sure you're not losing too much muscle. We keep track of that. And then also, I don't like my medication mixed with anything. A lot of places will mix B12 or something else in it. I want the pure medication for you, and I give free methylated B12 every month injections with that, which methylated we could go into, but basically that's how our body absorbs the vitamins, is when they're methylated. So it's the best form of B12 to get. So.
I love that you always bring so much education with you.
I know. I feel like my brain is just like, Meg's probably totally getting this.
You're understanding all of this.
Yeah.
I also want to talk about, I think the last time that you left us, you were actually going to be on a television show.
I
or
was,
a
yes.
reality
So I
show.
was on a
Okay.
reality TV show. It was called The Blocks, and you can look that up. There's an app that you download. It's called The Blocks. Season 14 was what
Okay.
I was on. I did not win, and when I got there, it was amazing. It just was really fun to meet all these cool people. I actually have worked with some of them with my business, like the Green Goddess. She's got the Kavis, the beet Kavis fermented
Okay.
biotics. They're the best. I also work with Just Ingredients as well. I'm a wholesaler for them, so you can come get vitamins in there as well. But yes, it was just really awesome. I did make it on stage one night, so I think it's an episode 4 or 5 that you
Okay.
can look up and see me on stage. But yeah,
so
it was super
cool.
fun. Yeah.
Okay, well, tell us about the special pricing for the new year.
Yeah, so I did special pricing. Basically, you're getting 30% off many of the things that I do. We also do epigenetic testing right now, which is with the hair follicle testing. I also introduced AO scanning, which is basically biofeedback, where you can speak into the speaker. It analyzes your frequencies and it heals you. It's super cool.
Wow.
We do non-invasive pelvic floor therapy, core strengthening. We're also doing vibroacoustic meditation. You can also add the AO scan with that. So you sit in this chair, it vibrates through you as well as auditory, really great for healing. You just have to come in and come
Oh my
see all the
gosh,
things.
yes,
we would
it
love.
sounds like it.
Yeah, we'd love to do
So
that.
what's your most popular?
Yeah.
What's my most
What's your
popular?
most popular?
Right now,
Yeah.
it's either the Emcella or weight loss,
Yeah.
really, and the red light. I think those are my 3. But I also have a massage therapy room with aromatherapy, oxygen, stuff like that as well that you can do.
Teeth whitening.
So, teeth whitening. My daughter's actually going to take that over. She's going to come in and she's doing the spray tanning, teeth whitening, and she'll do nails there. So,
Oh my goodness.
But, yeah.
Full experience
We're trying
there.
to keep it more medical because I really want it to be more functional. But she is my daughter, so I guess she gets a space.
Okay.
That's awesome.
One more time for everybody, too, where they can find you.
Yeah, so 290 West Center Street here,
Okay.
just right across from the old high school parking lot. So also we do take walk-ins, so feel free to come in and just check out all the fun things that we have. So
And definitely on Instagram.
yes,
In
Okay.
a great space.
yes.
Yep. Thank you
Thank
so much
you
for joining
so
us.
much. Yeah,
So nice
super
to see you guys
informative.
again.
Yes, great to see you. Thank you.
Right.
Sometimes getting your teenager to go to the library can be difficult, but that isn't a real problem at the Spanish Work Library. Let's welcome Haley Stevenson, the Director of Teen Programming, to the table.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Yay!
Hello.
How do you entice the teens?
Well, all number of ways.
Okay.
One way that seems surprising to a lot of people is we do have video games.
Yes.
So we have an
Okay.
Xbox and a couple Switches. I know that seems counterintuitive to read, but the idea is to bribe them, get them in, and then they end up, reading.
Okay.
I have lots of book lists. I'm like, oh, if you like Minecraft, we have Lego books, or we have all kinds of books. So it's like a
I
sneaky,
did see that in person.
right? It's a
Like when I
sneaky
was
way.
there one day, I saw a kid in there and he had his backpack out and everything. He was playing the games. And in my mind, I created a story for him. Like, he doesn't have a place to go and he's here and he's being able to have like a home away from home. I don't know.
We do actually have several teens that use it as a safe space.
Yeah.
We also, Nebo School District has early out days on Mondays, so we do a program to help with food insecurities.
Okay.
So every Monday we have a small craft and food for the teenagers, and a lot of them come. We usually get, last time we got about 30 teens to come, and usually they are like, oh, I'm so hungry, but I know I have a few kids that do face food insecurities. I think Nebo School District reported, or sorry, not Nebo, but nationally in 2023, 41 million youth suffer from food insecurities, and Nebo reported about 41 homeless teenagers that were living in their car. So you just never know what teenagers come in that need that. They're usually really embarrassed and self-conscious about that, and so just offering it, they just love coming in and hanging out.
Well, I kind of love that you actually allow food in their space and they can, be a teen, right?
Right.
So
Feels like a social just gathering and it's such a cool space too that they feel like they're somewhere like awesome.
Yes, and I'm really picky about it. I like to keep the space just for teenagers. So if I see anyone that's not in the correct age, I remind them of our library rules and
We're
let
getting
them
kicked
know
out.
that that it's a super fun place, but this is a great place for teens to be with their peers and be teenagers. They go all day long being told what to do. They have to go to school, do this, this, and this, and it's a nice place to relax and I don't know, just take the pressure off.
Oh my gosh, I love that so much.
I kind of do too. If there's some Snoopy mom hanging around, it's like, hey, go downstairs with the kids.
I always tell the moms, feel free to pop in, check on your child, make sure they're okay, but kind of rein back and let them, learn how to be a teenager.
And I bet you have some fans that want to hang out with you or get some of your recommendations or
Yes,
books.
yes,
Okay.
it's one of the fun things. Yeah, we get them reading. They don't come in liking to read, but they usually end up liking to read. And it's always fun to see them come back and say, hey, I read that book, or,
That's really cool.
the teens are really fun.
So what's new for the new year?
New year, we have a lot more activities coming. We're
Okay.
going to start a few new programs where we're going to lower the age limit just a little bit to try and get local youth groups in.
Okay.
I know that a lot of the local youth groups start at age 11. So we find that around that age group, they start to fall off attending programs. They do really well as children, but then they start to fall off as teenagers. So we want to show them, hey, there's still fun things to do, but then maybe entice local groups with their leaders to come in. So we're going to have movie nights and craft nights. And then we'll be starting a life skills class to teach ages 16 to 25, how to be an adult, like CPR, how to change a tire, just basic
I
things
love
like that.
I love that.
Are we gonna get kicked out of that one too?
Definitely teenager.
It's for ages
I will
16.
wear all my trendy clothing that day.
Yes. It's designed. This one's designed for ages 16 to 25, but everyone's welcome to that
Okay.
one. So, because I know I need to learn.
I
a few
kind of
things,
love
too.
that though, because I had a child that recently got married, and I thought he knew all this stuff. But it's like under your care, you kind of cohabitate
Yeah.
with them and do it together.
Yeah, you just kind of
And
end
then
up-
it's like he's never changed a tire until he got on the freeway himself.
Well, and what a great way to get them to the library.
Yeah,
right?
totally.
Like enticing. I'm not opposed to bribery. Like I've
Yeah.
got teenagers too.
I
you
bribe.
know, and
I bribe,
absolutely.
beg, I'll do anything.
Yes.
Yep, that's
Do you
fun.
have a washing machine there?
We do have a washing machine actually.
Do we? Yes. Yes, we do. Laundry.
Tutor.
Yes, so we do have a washer and dryer. We'll probably help them with their
Really?
laundry, and then we also have an accountant that's volunteered to
Finance?
come
I
in and do
love that.
finances.
Okay.
Teach like what is a credit card, and it's not just free money.
Okay.
Lots of fun things coming up for
We'll have
that.
the
Okay, what's
dietitian
your
come over and talk
favorite-
about nutrition
Yes,
also,
yes.
right?
We also do a lot of extra fun things, like we just did a Wicked program where kids got to come and just celebrate the movie, and
I would have been kicked out.
it was fun. That one was actually, I designed that one for all ages too. So
Oh, I love that.
I know, it's fun. There are some that only teens can come to, but
I like it. What is the favorite genre kind of going on right now, or a couple of them?
oh, right now, well, the biggest genre that's been that way since probably forever is fantasy. Usually it's fantasy. Science fiction's really popular. A new Hunger Games book is coming out this year, so that's very exciting.
I love the Hunger Games.
Yeah,
It's a
me
love-hate, right? It's like
Yeah.
one like
Yes.
this.
Yeah,
that I-
we have the new book about Haymitch coming out. That's really fun. We also have a really fun program coming up that is not for teens. It's only 18 and up. I don't know if
Okay.
you've heard of the book Fourth Wing.
No.
It's a really popular, it's a new adult book. So
Okay.
it's for the older end, so it's 18 plus.
Okay.
So this party will be 18 plus, and it's going to be after hours. It's going to be a lot of fun. You can register for it on our website. A lot of our programs require registration, and those links are always on our website to do that. So, but yeah.
Fourth Wing, so is it about all the book? Are you doing, what else are you
Yes,
doing?
so the third book comes out on the 20th, and
Okay.
so we're doing like a midnight release party, but not at midnight, a little bit earlier.
10.
Yeah, 10, yeah, 1 to 9, so so just to celebrate the book, and yeah.
This is like the cool kids club. I feel
Right.
like
Yeah,
you're making
yeah.
it like
it's
really
fun.
cool. and
Nerdy is
fun.
the new,
Yeah,
nerds
totally.
are cool.
Okay, so anything else that we need to know? Games, social.
Oh, lots of children's activities. Yeah, what don't we? We have.
What about Valentine's Day?
We will be having a fun Valentine's Day activity, so we'll have the teens bring their younger siblings, and we're going to do a Bluey Bingo Valentine's sibling party. So that'll be really fun, yeah. And hopefully we can make Valentine's for the senior center.
Okay.
A lot of times the teens volunteer and help with that, so.
That would be great.
Do you guys need anything? How can people help?
Yeah,
Or is it-
anytime we take donations, we take game donations, we take book donations. If we don't end up adding them to the collection, we just put them out for sale and patrons can buy them, and then that money is supports the library. So, but yeah, anytime. We love donations.
Awesome.
And we love volunteers too.
I was going to say, do you ever need volunteers for those?
mhm. Yep, we love
And if you
having
don't already have a
volunteers.
library card, just going down, is it
Yeah,
pretty easy?
Pretty easy. I would suggest if you live in Spanish Fork, going to our website and starting the process there, because then we'll have it all ready for you, and you just come to the front desk and we'll hand you your card and you're all set.
And then talk to me a little bit about the Audible program.
Yes, so our program is called Libby. It's a nationwide program.
Okay.
And we purchase books, the state purchases books, and we all share them in the state. So if Provo has an online book that you're interested in, our patrons can check those out as well. The bigger titles, there's going to be a little bit of a wait, but
Okay.
sometimes we purchase like 30 plus of an ebook so that it can get going a little bit faster. But
Okay.
it's free. There's hundreds of thousands of titles
Okay.
on there.
It's
so.
for free. What is for free?
I know, right? I'm going
Yep.
to do better at listening to the
And
books this year.
An awesome thing is even if you don't live in Spanish Fork, you can get a library card through the county,
Yeah.
and it's still free as long as you go through the county. So
Okay.
Okay.
For our specific library.
it will actually let you share. The county card will pull all the libraries.
Really? I should tell my girls.
Yeah.
They live in Elk Ridge and
Yeah,
Salem.
they could go to the Bookmobile that's headquartered in Mapleton,
Okay.
Mapleton City Hall, and yeah, they can get a library card free from the county, and then they can
Okay.
have the Libby program for
I'm gonna
free.
put that down.
But it
That's great.
seems
I've
like
never
the
heard of
cool
that.
section to be in is the teen section,
Yes,
right?
it is my favorite spot.
Okay,
and
well-
it's got some excellent views. If you ever drive by the north side, there's a really beautiful bay window, and
It is so pretty in
is
there,
pretty,
you guys.
yes.
I've just gone one time and just zened.
Yes.
Didn't do anything but just sit in that space.
well,
What is
we're
it,
going to be
window
starting a
seats?
meditative
Yes.
art class, so you should come and
there we
zen.
go.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Okay,
All kinds of
I'm
things.
writing that down too.
Well, thank you for enlightening us.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you so
Thanks
much.
so
Thank
much.
you.
Thank you.
Bye, Haley.
The adage, garbage in, garbage out, results in poor results. And if we are talking about our health, then we need to change the input. Let's welcome Andrea Barney, a clinical dietitian from the Spanish Fork Hospital, to the chatter. Welcome.
Hello. Hi. Okay, it's a new year. Tell us what we shouldn't be eating. Or what we should be, right?
Gotcha.
Wants to know.
And I think just tell us a little bit about you to start.
Yes.
Like, what is a clinical dietitian? What do you do? What does your day look like?
Yeah, so I work in a hospital. I visit with patients all day. They come in and see me for various reasons, whether that's weight management or diabetes or even like autoimmune conditions. I see a lot of those. I mean, everything we eat impacts our health. And so
Sure.
we just talk about kind of their current habits and any changes they can make to improve their health and improve their condition. And it's great. I see a variety of things and I love it.
I bet that's so diverse. Like, is it people that are in the hospital that you're seeing, or do they come in like for an appointment per se?
Yeah, it's a little bit of both. Majority is they come in for an appointment and they come in and see me. So,
Okay. Well, I was actually just going to put myself out there and say I've been in the hospital a couple of times this past year, and it
Okay.
feels more now like room service. So
Okay.
I think that it's improved. Maybe over the years.
Anything to do with that? She approved.
And I guess maybe that's the question. I mean, do you have anything to do with that? Because, when you're selecting from the menu, there's certainly things you can choose or not choose, while you're there, for the duration.
Yeah, I honestly don't really have a say in that, but
Okay.
whenever I do go talk to patients in their room, if they do have questions about like what should I be eating, they're definitely
Okay.
placed on like a specific diet for their condition or for the reason that they're in the hospital, but I don't
Okay.
have much to do with like the choices that they
that's
have.
okay.
So.
Okay, for our everyday folk then, so people that are not hospitalized and just want to talk about general nutrition, or maybe, it used to be the food pyramid. I think that's kind of changed or kind of upside down now.
Yeah.
Maybe tell us a little bit about that, maybe how we should be looking into the new year.
Yeah, so with a lot of people, we talk a lot about kind of eating more fruits and vegetables. That's a big thing that we talk about with people. We don't really follow the food pyramid anymore, kind of the
Right.
new like government like way or recommendation is called My
Sure.
Plate.
Okay.
And so it just recommends getting a variety of all the food groups. So that includes fruits, vegetables, grains, dairy, and protein.
Okay.
And that's kind of what makes up your plate, and having a variety of all those things ensures that you're getting adequate nutrition and getting enough nourishment. And so I talk about that a lot with people. It's just how can we add more variety into their diet and meet all of their needs so that they're, feeling their best.
Okay.
So,
I feel like I chatted with you off screen a little bit, but I've had people in my inner circle that have struggled with like eating all those food groups. Like, is it a food aversion? Is it a texture thing? I know my sister like didn't like fruit and still doesn't, and she's 56 because of the texture of things. Like, how do you get a child to maybe try different things, or a person? Like, what does that look like?
Yeah, I think a lot of times if we can just start with something that is familiar with them and something that they like, and just slowly adding in new things, but keeping, you know, the familiar thing, like with your sister with the fruit, you know, say, I don't know, does she like bread or does she like protein? You know, stick with the protein, but just add a little bit of fruit on the side and try that and see how it goes. And I feel like a lot of times people come into my office and they have a lot of like big ideas and big ways to change, and I think more important is just finding the small things that they can change, and over time those small things add up and make a big difference. And so I think that's
And looking into the new year, a lot of us have New Year's resolutions that are centered around health, and a lot of that is eating and making healthier choices and exercising, and so it can be very overwhelming. And statistically speaking, most people that set goals lose that goal by 2 to 3 weeks into January. And so what does that look like for you in recommending and setting them up for success, right? Like, how do we get them to stop thinking diet and more long-term and sustainability?
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah, I think it really comes down to just setting smaller goals and specific goals that are going to be doable and sustainable long-term. Because a lot of people will start a new diet and then 2 weeks later realize it's too hard to continue, or it's too restrictive, or it's just not sustainable. So then they'll, fall back into old habits. And so instead of, thinking of that, think about what are some small changes I can make now that are sustainable, that can be long-term, that, I'm actually going to want to maintain for the rest of my life, and that will be helpful.
Taking out all the sugar and all the bread, and then you're just like, in a week, you're just done.
Then you can't take it anymore, right? And then you do rip into the pantry and you start pulling out the sweets and picking out the potato chips or the late night snacking or all of the things that we know that we shouldn't be doing. But then, you hear so much now too, everybody's protein, or keto, or the balance, like maybe there's what's your opinion about supplements? I mean, there's all sorts of protein drinks, there's protein bars, there's protein everything. And then you start maybe even getting into stomach issues, hard to digest.
Yeah. I always think it's a good idea to just get your nutrition from the source. Okay. Supplements can be really helpful, especially if you aren't able to, eat a lot, or say you have like a food allergy or something like that. But I think that it's best to just eat whole food and get your nutrition and, vitamins and minerals and protein from actual food rather than like a supplement or a powder or something like that.
Do you feel like that's kind of like the generation in which we're living in? Is there so much processed food, right? So many different restaurants and preservatives. Is that like an addictive substance that maybe is in some of that food? Or why are we struggling a little bit with weight? And like Ozempic and all the things that we now have, like, is this good for us?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely think that the additives and preservatives in food, especially any like added sugar, can definitely be addictive. I mean, it tastes good, it's really palatable, and so, we eat a little bit of it and we want more of it. And so I think it's, all things in moderation for sure. I don't think it's necessary to cut it out like completely and avoid it completely. But I also think it's important to, not overdo it, because it can be addictive, and we can learn to just kind of like really crave it or rely on it. And so if we can include other things into our diet, like the other food groups we talked about, that's helpful too.
Is there maybe even a particular app or something that we could use to maybe track our intake? Because it used to be calories, then it was macros, then it's, you can have as much as you want, you can just eat a whole chicken if you want to today. If you're having a little,
you're staying in your calories.
Get your 10,000 steps and 30 minutes of exercise.
Right. Is there like an app that you use or that you like?
To be honest, not really. I've seen a lot of people use MyFitnessPal. A lot of people use Chronometer. Some of my patients have used something called Lose It. And I think that they're all pretty similar, where you just put in kind of what your needs are, what you're wanting to do, like with calories and macros, and then putting,
Well, it's,
you know,
yeah,
what you're
I mean,
eating.
it's a head game too, because I've done that before too. I'm like, you know what? I've gotten all my 10,000 steps today, and I'm going to reward myself. And so then immediately, you know, then it's like, I can have crumble, I can have whatever I want. I can have the Diet Coke, which sounds kind of silly, but I mean, Diet Coke isn't even really that great for you either. So
Sure it is. That's one of my, that's one of my food groups.
Wait a minute, Natasha, wait a minute.
okay, we all have our food groups, right?
But that brings me to a question. So you take someone who's been trying all the things, right, and just can't lose weight or can't sustain. There's sometimes like specific issues with those people, and you can like put a diet together for them that works. Is that kind of what you do?
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, we definitely do talk through like what they've tried in the past, what's worked, what hasn't. And a lot of times we just come back to those basic nutrition principles of just balance and variety and moderation. And if, you know, they're able to make those small changes that are sustainable, they find that they're more successful in losing the weight and then also keeping it off. So.
Simplify.
Simplify.
Just come back around again.
And it's funny because I think we just live in a world where we want instant gratification, and we want to and we want to start the diet, and I want to see results in a week, and I want to start the exercise program, and I want to see results right away, and you know, and a lot of it is just those small changes that don't feel so overwhelming, like just one small change and get that down and sustain that, and then, you know, add another one, and you know, it's having that partnership and having somebody to connect with that is kind of there and championing you and leading you down that path to success, and just not getting frustrated. But you know, it's a journey, right?
It is.
Like
It should be for it to be sustainable.
Yeah, it has to be. For you to be able to continue with that, and so I think it's just such a great idea, and I think underutilized within the community, having somebody that they can reach out to, and a lot of your health insurances cover this aspect of it. And so it's really just, you know, working with your primary care provider and knowing what resources you have, and I think there's a lot of untapped resources out there.
So maybe then to that final point, if somebody wanted clinical recommendations from you, how's the best way to go about that?
Yeah, their doctor can definitely send over or like a referral. Also on the Spanish Fork Hospital website, my information's there. They can just call my office and I'll help them set up an appointment. So.
Okay, sounds great. Thank you so much.
I just want to come sit in your office. There's a peace.
I know.
Like I could follow what she's
amazing. Yes.
Thank you for joining us.
Thanks
we
so
appreciate
much.
it.
Yes, thank you.
Starting a new year can be a lot of fun. What did you learn?
It's a new year, 2025. Okay. I learned that I love butterfly earrings.
Just butterflies?
Well, I love them all, guys.
They were all so cute.
I could not decide which butterfly earrings to get. They were darling, cute girls.
We should have left them out.
And the gold and silver can be mixed together now,
gold and
right?
silver can still be mixed, and I think I need a new necklace. And
we need something blingy
charms
and fun.
And
Yeah, they were darling.
Yes. I think I'm going to design one.
Yeah, for sure.
That would stress me out. Sometimes the creative brain is gone. I just design it for me.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Super fun. And then eating better, of course. Our dietitian, right?
Yes.
So
there's just so many opportunities, so many resources that I don't think a lot of us realize that we.
I did not know that she was down at the hospital.
Oh no! Oh no!
Oh wow!
He always has a treat.
Those look amazing.
In moderation, right?
Yes.
Isn't that what
So
we
you can
learned
have
from
a
her?
bite.
Yes.
I mean, I could stick the whole thing in my mouth in one bite.
Inkle's cake pops. Wow, I've never heard of this.
So sidebar, yes, I had a friend that was flying home from Arizona last night, and she brought sprinkle cupcakes on her way from Arizona. Yes, for our viewing party at the Miss America pageant took place.
Did you have a viewing party?
Kind of. It was very, very small
Like
and
an
intimate,
intimate?
but
Yeah.
yes. I mean, they just stream, but
you
yes,
wanna try
we have a new Miss America too, and the Miss Spanish
Alabama?
Fork. Yes, it was Alabama. Yes, and the Miss Spanish Fork pageant is coming up quickly.
When is it?
It is February 22nd.
That is quick.
So a little plug there. So if you know some young ladies that would like to throw their hats into the ring, we would love to see them.
Yeah.
Their dresses into the ring.
Their dresses into the ring. There you go.
Talents.
Yes. So we're going to eat better. We're going to do better this year, right?
Well, I love Megan's word, like simplify. I kind of felt
Yes.
like that's what all these people, in a way,
It
kind of
really
felt
was.
like.
I feel like it wrapped up all of the segments.
A good,
really.
a little good piece.
Yeah.
Tanti though has so many. That did not simplify my life.
Okay.
I want them all.
I mean, we all want it
How
all,
can I
right?
choose?
I
No.
mean, the best way to sum her up, though, I think just her personality, her business, her ambition, everything about her. Her husband says that, you know, she gives him whiplash, and just listening to
Energy.
like her energy and being able to build that business and move the business and grow the business and, you know, offer all of those amazing things that, you know, things that we can actually afford. So,
Right?
Yeah.
In a good price range.
Yep.
Yeah.
Lots of opportunities, lots of services and things to help us be a better person in 25, right?
Right.
And to even feel good about ourselves.
Yes.
And leading into that. But then, you know, the library too. Like I think every year it's, you know, I'm going to read a book. I'm going to listen to
one
a
book.
Yes.
One book that's not work related or
flip
church
the pages
related.
of a book, and just the library and its new space, and it's big and it's beautiful, and so many services that it offers. that-
So many, right?
I
like
didn't even realize.
It's like the cool kids club, like
Yeah.
I said. I feel like what they're harboring is just like this cool, safe space.
And I'm in that age with my kids where I have 11 and 16, and it's like, how do you get them to the library? Like, as children, it was, you know, it was a weekly
Be
thing.
quiet. You just go in. You find your book, right?
Yeah, but you know, how do you bring in and get them excited about reading as teenagers? And they have really tapped into that and
Really.
some great ideas.
Like honestly, like when I saw the gaming, it is like a huge big screen with this awesome couch, and the space is just so
Well, and there's
cool.
like a whole recording studio in
Yes.
there that they can go in if that is what they like and enjoy. They can go in and do this whole recording session.
And I learned a new thing, DD. Dungeons
You
and
did.
Dragons. I learned something
There you
new
go.
today.
We learned about
could
Dungeons
start a
and
club.
Dragons.
Yeah.
Let's start our own club.
Let's
Yeah.
do it, the adult version.
You can entice teenagers with most
Diet
things.
Coke,
So,
the DC club.
Yes, there you go, right? So as long as there's food and snacks and games and lounge space and yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
I love the new generation. So we might sneak in there or maybe a couple of the parties that they're going to host, right?
Yes. Yeah, I think that we should.
Some for 18 and above.
Yes.
I think so. That one, the something,
The 4 flights?
4 flights.
There you go. Something like that.
That one, the 18 plus one. That's the
We
one
can
that we're
just
in.
show up and tell them we're doing research.
That's what we could do for the studio chatter.
Yes, we can do that.
Research for Pete. Okay, so Megan's word was simplify. I've been thinking, I did goals with my kids, and I didn't really have a word, but last year mine was the year of healing, like different aspects of my life. And so this year I feel like it's more like I found my voice and to use my voice, whatever that may be, quiet or loud, but to be able to use my voice
I love that.
and stand by it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I feel like so many times too for myself, you know, being a woman in a man's world, that a lot of times I hold back.
Totally.
And I'm thinking the thoughts, but I'm afraid to really put them out there. And I'm afraid to be judged, you know,
Yes.
and I
Right.
think there's a lot of insecurities that come with that. And so I love that for
I
you
think that
and for our community.
Right. It's important to let it be, whatever that is,
Yes.
right? And sometimes the voice is to just be quiet.
Yeah.
But to know when to use it and
Yeah.
to be okay
Yeah.
to use it.
And to be
So,
like, okay, when I talk, it's going to
I
be
mean
good.
it, right? And I'm not going to apologize
Yes.
or agree with someone else. Like
Yeah.
I'm actually going to say what's on my mind.
Yeah.
So Natasha,
Perfect.
what about you really quick?
I don't know if I have a word in particular, but I would say probably just overcoming some of the challenges that I faced in the past year. 2024 wasn't my best year. It was kind of a cuss word.
Yep,
but
that's what
I'm
we
just,
thought.
you know, I'm looking ahead, and it's going to be a great year for everyone.
I wrote on my thing 2025 rock. Okay, so we're going to rock it.
There you go. I
Let's
love
do
it.
it.
I tell my kids all the time, attitude is everything. So
It's true.
you say it, you believe it,
Yep.
and you'll make it
Manifest
happen.
it.
Yeah.
Manifesting all the good things.
Yeah.
Thank you for being
thank
here with
you.
us.
Oh,
We love you.
absolutely. This was amazing.
You're welcome. Anytime.
Co-host to come. Here she is. Next fill-in.
Thanks for being here with us. We hope you've enjoyed the conversation. If you learned something new, please tell a friend about us.